Hi students, so today we are going to do the first step of our newspaper basket. The materials required: newspaper, scissors, fevicol, scale or cutter can also be used. You'll need CD or cardboard as well for the base. So now you will take one bundle of the newspaper. So you will have around 6 sheets. So in this we'll get around 28 newspaper tubes. So with the first bundle, just spread it out onto your table like this using cutter or a steel scale or a scissors. You can just cut the newspaper along the line. Wherever you have the fold, you need to cut it. I'm using a steel scale. Wherever you can find the fold, please cut it. So this would be a first step to get your paper tubes. The next one will be, once you remove all the folds, once you cut it out, you will have to fold it. One fold like this, let the ends and the edges meet like this. Just crease it with your scale. And again you will have to cut all the folds like this. Hold it tightly and then cut it. You can see that my paper is long. This is for the long tubes. We are using long tubes and short tubes, so this is for the longer one. So you can see with the size of my paper is long. That is why we're folding like this and cutting so that I get longer tubes. So keep cutting all the folds. Like this. Now you will fold it one more time. You can see how long the paper is. This is to get the longer tubes. Crease it well so that you'll be able to tear it properly, cut it properly. Use your cutter or your scale. Again, cut along the lines. Remove all the folds so that you get this strip. You need these strips. So you'll get around 28 to 30 strips in one bundle of paper. So cut it like this. And I've used two bundle newspapers, so I'll get around 28 plus 28 newspaper tubes, long ones. So around 60 long tubes I will be getting from both my newspaper bundles. So I'm removing all the folds carefully. Okay. Now we're going to start making our paper tubes. So first take one piece of the paper. Towards the corner you will start rolling it very slowly. You can see I've kept the paper a little slanting, so you'll start rolling the tubes like this, slanted. I'm using my fingers here. I'm showing you two methods. One is using your fingers, how to roll the paper. Keep the paper slanted and keep rolling it. You can make the paper a little loose and tighten it again depending on how long you want it. So my tubes are good enough. Towards the end, we are going to stick them so that it doesn't come out. You can use a Fevicol. Stick only to the tip. You can just put some Fevicol there and stick it like this. So this is our paper tube. Like this, another method to make the tube is you can use a skewer. To one corner of the paper, start rolling along the skewer like this. Keep rolling it. Once you've got the grip, you can remove the skewer and start rolling the rest of the paper like this. Keep rolling it till you reach the tip, and you will again apply some glue and stick it. So these are the two methods of making the paper tubes. You can decide which you want to use. If you do not have a skewer stick, you can also do it with your fingers like I have shown in the first step. So like this, keep making all your newspaper tubes and keep it ready like this. So I have made few and kept like this. I have few with me. There are 28 in this. Now this is 28 paper tubes. I'm going to use the same thing. So I've cut another bundle and kept, so I'll get another 28 from these strips, right? So I'm going to make all the strips. So now we finished making the big strips. So now I'm taking another small newspaper, and this is for the smaller newspaper tubes. So you can just crease it and cut it. You can use a cutter as well. Cut all the folds so that I get these papers. There's a slight difference with the way we are cutting these from the ones that we have cut already. The long ones were longer, the newspaper size was longer. This we are cutting it this way so that we get smaller newspaper tubes. Now we'll make around 8 newspaper tubes with this. So you will not need too many of these sheets. Just cut it open like this and keep it aside. Let's take one and we'll make a tube out of it. You can just cut it there and make a tube. So you can see it's much shorter than the previous long ones. I have around 8 short tubes like this. Now I need 16 of small tubes. So what I'll do is first I'll trim this and then I'm going to cut it in half so that I get 16 tubes. Now either you can leave it in this size, but I'll need 16 of this size, or you can just cut it in the center and get 16 small tubes. So what I'm doing is I have 8 tubes and I'm going to cut it in the center to get these smaller tubes like this. So you can just cut it in the center. So I have 16 pieces, 16 tubes ready. Now what we need is 2 cardboard round pieces of 10 centimeters, or you can use a CD, but you'll need 2 CDs for this. So I've applied glue. 16 tubes needs to be stuck onto this cardboard, so align it accordingly. and I'm going to stick all my tubes like this in a circular motion along the circumference of the circle. Keep pressing it when you stick it. Just see that it is aligned properly. If there are gaps, just move it and stick it properly. And yes, so this is our first step of making the basket, where we're making the base ready. So now what we're going to do is stick another small piece of the round cardboard on top of this to hold the newspaper tubes firmly onto the base, and just leave it to dry. Stick it well. So your first step is ready, students. Uh, I will be posting the next step soon. So once you finish with this, keep this ready, so that the next step is nothing but you're going to use all your long newspaper tubes that you have made to weave. Thank you, students.